you. Mano bedo. Nimu kana chikara shel karimon. Meti giri guru. Yamo bai bati. Megino bino gini. Mebino nyuto gini lemo gi. Bigina na lok. Otingo bod gi. Ngata na lemo. Tinyi maka. Dangana ko wani lingu no mod. Ke winyu no kitalewa mana wot kara shel kede. Apo you.
Oh, one more kedo tira malo nyalwa. We were giro chu. O chunga twali ba? Atwali. Ikomula. Inedu unu karanga. Ikawa. Joka nga karanga. We you shuba? Iracha mana la karapinga. Ilila chalo ringo pori buru. Ipie koma chalo nyok oro. Pere de wiliko. Kagop. Ikwanya do. Do kara konyi ngo. Ikara ni. Ai do. Jowa. Haribu ko lwagi na amon. Apala homa. Munga nuogi. Kindong woro bor. Por gidong mahere. Rambe nyuka tone chip. Apedo mahere. Agado tatina love. Yenu nyal kera. Munga mahogi. Agal woro polichi. Yenu betapit. Pedo mahere. Ogal kapor kopi koma. Ojowa. Ipor kar kopi koma chalo diang kayu chogo pinga. Ipor kar kopi koma chalo diang auction pinga. Ojowa. Gamente me Uganda. Iwewa wunu ba. Iwewa wunu racha mani pinga. Kaneno. Ikoyo Japol. Ikoyo kutuk Japol. Ipoko chini tuok ping. Ikipoko yo slightly wood. Imi yoga. Imi PDM. Ichani de kelo grow. Grow ni kara growing jomene. Grow ni titi ngagi. Imi restocking. Ito wano model. Wana chama la opurkedwa. Owa wakomi yak. Pano tina baloho nyal wada ene. Ikeru waka kwene. Wanu bela nyali me Uganda. Oh. Ojawa. Pero un kere chegi. Konyo awuno. Chulu da luhwa. Odelo chian. Wanu bela nyali. Oh. Ojawa. Wacha dua chwala bot fapat. Kalchal ke Ella Foundation. Bibiru konyo. Bibiru turu bor wate piku ngech. Tetingu wa malu. Temi yo wana ngini oh. Wana chalo wan. Pirwa da tek. Mia po Mami Ruth. Mami Grace. Kalchal ke timu kende ducha mo ya Hela. Maybe no konyo. Ba me pol mi.
Hello.
kararai alogo wege tuon chan unjo me papat wana poye pigine wune timu pirwa kara siel kere la foundation upuyi ume kwanya kakana wana tiye iwang tij borwa nuti kere chan beti ngatara miro konywa uberu kere mechwiny akadi ting chi malo ni miri miktam ngatara konyo wape utero kani chiga loko tiame to kobongo do puyu piyi ni konyowa neto puyu dang ni konyowa ikub duonwa achalo wani mon dan do tiene na wanena loko wano peyi pingere kongen na chul lukwa kong na chul kwanwa kong na chul anyimwa chwal kwa chwanie utini wada do beti akwa pilu wicho to chiro wako mano bedo kwach both president ma Uganda wo konywa hunu woyo Allah karara Allah mi alewi Allah karara Allah mi alewi Allah karara Allah wala nyima ko Allah karara Allah wala nyima ko Allah karara Allah wala tuan chan Allah karara Allah wala tuan chan Allah karara Allah wala tuan chan
Why you want to be no? Jam me papat. Ticket group mo gar and power wheel versus. Ticket in you can. She wear a fear making you no knock. Now what the man? Why? Pamela Bino. Papat. You are young to talk. Bino. Papat. You are young to talk. Papa, Bino, on your way you go. No Bino man and your tongue. Papa, Bino, make on your way you go. No Bino man and your tongue. Bino. You are young to talk. Bino. You are young to talk. Bruce, no Bino, make on your way you go. No Bino man and your tongue. Bruce, no Bino, make on your way you go. No Bino man and your tongue. Bino. You are young to talk. You are young to talk. Bruce, no Bino, make on your way you go. No Bino man and your tongue. Bruce, no Bino, make on your way you go. No Bino man and your tongue. You are young to talk. You are young to talk. Bino make on your way you go. No Bino man and your tongue. Bino make on your way you go. No Bino man and your tongue.
Papat, nagdino chung kara chan kedwa. Ikompeke wa me alok, ukino miyawa. Mwani adon meri, atikere lemo, akwaka kopi kama alok. Kupoya. Oi! 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 Oi. Oi. Alok. 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 Yellow wa. Alok yellow wa. Yellow wa man pingo. Oi. 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 Odok kwene. Odok kwene. Nen wunu. Kita lako yellow wa kere. Oi. 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 Alako mako wa. Oter wailum. Obere naka yakul bodge. Alako nywal kedwa. Oi. 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 Otino wani onywala ni. Chogwa mano kwerko. Otino wani onywala ni. Chogwa mano kwerko. Otino wani. Oketo gik kweno papad. Oi. 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 Ibino unu me bino konyo wa. Papad. Konywa wunu. Hela. Konywa. Iko motino wane. Chogwa. Okwero tino ni oko. Oi. 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 Koko do chira wako. Uburi lum. Kech neko wa. Kero tino wane. Kelebang. poiva, pikala laga laga, one year poiva. One year poiva, pikala laga laga, one year poiva. One year poiva, pikala laga laga, one year poiva. One year poiva, pikala poiva, one year poiva. One year poiva, pikala poiva, one year poiva. One year poiva, pikala poiva, one year poiva.
My name is Ruth Abbott, a social worker with Facilitation for Peace and Development, which is an indigenous NGO that was established in 2004 at the aim of the civil war by the LRA that took over 2 decades in northern Uganda. This war brought about challenges of sexual violence amongst women and girls, where they were forced into marriages, forced into relationships, and some of them got pregnant and they bore babies, children born abroad with no support, and singly they have been raising these children. This project has been able to support them with psychosocial support, legal aid, services, strengthen their income generating activities, advocacy, physical health issues have been treated, and documentation has been going on. In this project, we've been able to restore hope to the survivors. So far, 60 survivors have benefited since 2023 to 2025. And all this support was given by Hela Foundation Netherlands. We are so happy to Hela Foundation partners for this support. We are also saying there are still gaps in this project because most survivors got infected with HIV/AIDS. And they are right now weak. They need to have something where they can do it doesn't take much energy. There is also still discrimination and stigma, and that is why we engage in clan leaders and communities. There is also the issue of intimate partner violence because some survivors remarried and these men do not want the children born out of conflict. There is pulling of strings. Because of this, the project still needs more money to have these ladies settled, these survivors settled. They have been able to establish advocacy groups wherein they are voicing out their issues, that human rights is for all and human rights must be achieved now. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. My name is Chet Grace Akulu. I work for FAPAD as the program manager. Dublin as a legal officer because of the background in the legal profession. I've worked with FAPAD for quite a longer time, now for over 10 years, just for the love of peace. As the name FAPAD suggests, that it is facilitation for peace and development. FAPAD is an organization, it's a local NGO that is based in the northern part of Uganda, with operation at both local, regional, national, and then international level. We are known for our human rights contributions to the marginalized communities, with a vision of improving the quality of life for the marginalized communities through service delivery, and seeing that we strengthen systems that are already in place and structures. And with doing this, we have a vision of ensuring that we actually promote equitable, inclusive, and resilient communities wherever. We have a strong standing on community work. We do a lot of our work at community levels, and that is our pillar, that is our strength. We are very good in that. Community mobilization, empowering the community to be able to participate, to be able to take decision, to be able to demand That is our strongest point. And as FAPAD, we promote 3 thematic areas basing on the current strategic plan that we are implementing. We have 3 strategic areas that we are promoting. That is sustainable livelihoods, and under that sustainable livelihoods, we need to really ensure that there is sustainable livelihoods within the marginalized communities. There is income within the households, the farmer households that we work with. We ensure that there is actually zero, we try to advocate for zero poverty in households. However, it's very challenging that as FAPAD we cannot do this in isolation of other partners. So we have a number of partners who also advocate for sustainable livelihoods. So we try to promote within the means that the farmers have, within the means that the marginalized communities have, to be resilient. And that is our strongest point, that we try to advocate for, we try to strengthen sustainable resilience for the different marginalized communities and households that we really work with. Secondly, we also endeavor to promote sustainable, or to promote social justice as one of our thematic areas. And under this, we advocate for children's rights. We advocate for health rights of the women, of children, of the youth. We advocate for tenure rights, that is land rights. We try to promote equitable ownership of property rights for both men and women alike, without any segregation. We try to promote land security by promoting land registration that involves the entire family, not excluding women. We try to promote a lot of issues to do with gender. That is, we address gender-based issues, and that is our perspective where we come from, to see that really we support the women, especially the women who have suffered violence, the women who have a lot of issues in their marriages. And this explains why in one of our intervention in Otuka district, we have taken it really to work with the women survivors of the cattle raiders, those who have suffered sexual violence under the cattle raiders, that is the Karamajo. As now we are working with them, we realize that these are women who have really sexually been abused. Their sexual organs, any other part of organs, have been destroyed because of the forceful sexual interventions that they were engaged in by the raiders. They have been physically abused, which you can really even see marks. As later on you will see in the documentation that we have from these women. They have stories that are really so appealing. These women are so traumatized, so we are trying to work with them to see really that they are able to cope up with the traumatic events that they underwent, still also with the kind of challenges, problems that they do face from the communities that they are living in. We call them with names that they are not really accepted, or they are not really in love with these names that they are called with. They don't like the names, like saying, for example, look at that Kejong wife, look at that Kejong child, that meaning that the child belonged to a cattle raider, because in these sexual relationships that they had unwillingly, some of them resulted into childbirth, some of them resulted into permanent marks in the women that really that failed even to settle into their marriages because of some of those. So we are trying to address the health rights of these medically, we are trying to do that. Through counseling, we are trying to do that. Physiotherapy, we are trying to do that, and so many other things. So that these women really feel that they are part of the country. Because if they are left alone, they might think that they are not, because they have been called so many names, and socially, they really find the difficulties they are facing within the community. And so many other things that we are trying to engage the women in, as later on you'll be able to watch from the documentation, from the videos that we have, that depicts really what these women are involved in, what they are doing, and all these are not for fun. We really want their voices to be amplified. We want really the government to know that these women really have needs that need to be addressed. We want the government to really see that there are a group of people within Uganda, within the northern Uganda, that really needs to be attended to, so that the traumatic events that they underwent really can be addressed. By doing this, the women will really try to come out, will try to recover from those events that they underwent, and also try to see how the products of this sexual relationship, like the children that were born out of this relationship, how can they be supported? So we are trying to see how we can motivate these women, do some small business that can raise them some small income, which can at the end of the day help them to sustain these children, and help them in the absence of papa also seek medical services. These monies can also help them to pay school fees for these children. Some of them can even be able to buy a piece of land for these children that are born out of these relationships. Because as tradition states in Lango here, the land that a woman is married to in that clan belongs to the children of that clan. And this kind of children are not taken into consideration. So you as a mother, this child now belongs to you. So there's a need for you as a woman, as a mother to this child, to plan for the future of their child. Because this child was got in a relationship that you cannot even tell who the father is. Sometimes even these men are nowhere to be seen. So automatically, this child belongs to you. So you need to settle this child. And also, there's no need of you just living, seeing the child being tortured by maybe your partner or your husband. Yeah, just true that some of them got married afterwards. They are not accommodated. So they need to really do everything which they can to see that really they accommodate this kind of children. So as papas, we are trying to do that, although we are limited with resources. The resources we have is actually very minimal to support only a few number, but we are overwhelmed with the number of these kind of survivors. Many of them do come whenever we call meetings, and yet the resources we have cannot take care of everyone. See, financial, like in the biannual period, we take like only 555 from the sub-counties. We have 4 sub-counties we are working in, which is on record. So we only pick on 55. So in summary, it's like we have 20, every 6 months we only have 20. And yet the number we receive goes beyond even 300 plus who need our help. So as papas, yes, we are a human rights organization, but sometimes our hands are tied because we rely purely on the fundings that we get from the donors, from the funders. We do not really have any income base that really we can rely on. So in the absence of funds from the donor, we entirely have nothing to support these categories of survivors. So we appeal for we are continue appealing for support from the government, from any other willing partner who really feels that there is need to support this category of the marginalized communities. That PAPAD as an organization is trying to support, but we cannot do it 100%. So we call for government to come and support these women. We call for other funders besides Ella Foundation to come and continue supporting these women that we are already supporting and to bring more on board. We have already started it. Let's not stop it, so that we bring on board the entire women who have suffered this kind of sexual violence from the cattle raiders. I thank you so much and request that as you view the documentation that we have from these women, from their respective sub-counties, in terms of poems, in terms of songs, in terms of them playing dramas, and really depicting really the situation that they underwent through and what really goes in within the communities that they live in. Thank you so much.